Hey guys, welcome to another Jamaican Tales video, a Jamaican living in Germany. The countdown to graduation continues. I'm recording this on, what is today, Wednesday, and graduation is in 2 days. And yeah, the countdown continues, and I want to talk a bit about this entire couple of days and just the build up to the big day. Yes, graduation is 2 days away. And the stress is here for sure. Like, I wasn't really expecting to have graduation stress because I just need to take a shower, put on my clothes and go there, and that's kind of it. But somehow there is a lot of stress. The stress kind of went to another level yesterday when I read an email from the organizers of the graduation ceremony. To be honest, I didn't read the second part of this email because when I saw the first paragraph and them saying that, okay, you can only bring 2 guests, I was like, what? When I registered, I entered that I would bring 6 guests with me. So now, out of these 6 people, only 2 of them can, of course, come into the graduation ceremony, and the remainder will have to be in the lecture hall. This is hard work, because then you have to figure out now, who is the most important? Of course, they're all important. To be honest, the excitement level is probably just about the same as last week, because somehow the reality still hasn't hit me, and again, because of all the things that I have to do this week, it's like I'm more focused on those things, and it's like graduation is like, oh yeah, it's that thing that I'm going to on Friday. While the excitement has not grown that much, one thing that has been flooding my mind and just flooding my heart in the last couple of days is just gratitude. I've been so thankful, and right now I'm actually getting goosebumps just thinking about all the different thoughts and things that came to mind over the past couple of days. I've been thankful that I had this opportunity to study in this country. It didn't have to work out. I applied for a lot of universities the first time and all of them rejected me. I applied the second time and I got accepted by a few. So it didn't have to work out, and even all the other requirements that were necessary to come here and that everything could actually fall in place, even for the finances and all those different things. There were a lot of puzzle pieces that had to come together to be able to even come to Germany to do my master's. I'm also super thankful for the way things have unfolded in the last couple of years. It has been truly a roller coaster. There have been moments where I was frustrated. There were moments where I was on top of the world. There were moments where I didn't even know what the next step was supposed to be, and one of those moments was when I was doing an exam. In Germany, you can do an exam up to 3 times, and if you fail the 3rd time, then a lot of universities, what that means is that you will be kicked out of the program, maybe even kicked out of the university, and sometimes you'll be even barred from doing that program at another university. And I came to this point because a couple of years ago, I was at my 3rd attempt for a particular examination. The first time I did it was with all the other courses where I didn't have enough time to prepare because I underestimated just how much I had to learn. The second time around, it was again my fault because I decided to go on a trip 1 week before this examination. But I think I actually booked the trip before, and then when I got the examination date, it was 1 week after this trip, and I was like, okay, I can't change the date, so I just have to prepare for it. So even while I was in Russia, I was actually preparing for this examination. But of course, there was a lot to study, and I was in a new country, and I wanted to explore at the same time. Of course, my priorities are messed up sometimes. But yeah, I failed it the second time. The 3rd time, even getting to do the exam the 3rd time was challenging because I failed it twice, and the professor was not very thrilled about giving me another opportunity to try the exam because he's like, yeah, this is now you failed it 2 times, and of course the risk there that if I fail it the 3rd time, then I'll be kicked out of the program. Why this particular situation stands out in my mind now is on the topic of thankfulness, because my friend Daniel was actually there with me on that day. That made such a big difference, knowing that he was outside of the door and there was somebody outside praying for me and cheering me on and hoping for the best, even though I was sitting there in front of 2 professors that at that point I just thought they were just against me and they just didn't want to give me a chance to just move on in the program and stuff. I did my best to prepare for that examination. I spent weeks I think it was maybe even a month before I started preparing for that exam, because I'm like, hey, this is the third time. If you fail this, then that's it. So you have to put in 150%. And I was doing just that. I stepped into the room and started the examination. It was an oral examination. And the first professor started asking questions, and I answered as best as I could. And the second professor, it was his turn, and this was the actual course that I failed in the previous attempts. And he started out actually really simple and really merciful with me, I must say. My heart was beating so fast and I was really nervous. My mouth was dry. I was like, yeah, if you fail this, then that's it. And there was just so much going on in my mind. And yeah, the exam ended, and then they told me, okay, I should wait outside and they will discuss, and then they invited me back in. The fate of my studies is actually in their hands. Whatever they decide is gonna decide the rest of the story in Germany. And they opened the door and I stepped back in, and they started out by giving a review of the things, of what they thought about my performance and so on. And they told me that, hey, despite everything, you passed the examination. Yes! I was so happy about that. And then when I went outside, and then it was like, yeah, so what happened? Of course, I'm always pranking him, like always. And then he asked me, like, yeah, I told him that I failed, and like he was like already depressed and stuff. But getting to this point of just 2 days away from my graduation would not have been possible if it wasn't for a lot of people in my life. The friends that I've made in Germany that were there to stand with me when I was writing my thesis, for example, and frustrating moments, and I could talk to them about it. Other friends that would be there to support and to encourage, and like the ones we studied with and so on. Or even my family members back home that are there, I can talk to them and they're counting on me, they want the best for me. My family members in New York as well, supporting me and always encouraging me, and it's getting to this point would not have been possible if it wasn't for these people. But of course, most of all, it's like God that actually made all of this happen, because the anxiousness that I struggled with doing exams, I could not get rid of it. And I definitely think that it was all that praying that I was doing and the hoping and stuff that actually made that go away, and that I could actually finish my degree. And so yeah, I almost didn't graduate. I almost had to cut the program and pretty much find something else to do, but things actually worked out. Those are the memories that are flooding my mind these days leading up to graduation, where I'm thinking about the people that have supported me, the people that have encouraged me, the people that have challenged me, the people that, even those that didn't believe that I could do it, they somehow motivated me to do it as well. That's what I've been reflecting on, and that's what I'm super thankful for. And this thankfulness is just gonna warp into excitement in 2 days. I want to use this opportunity to just thank all those persons. Thank my family, my mom, my brothers, my father, my extended family, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins. Yeah, my friends here in Germany, my friends back home, my friends all across the world. Of course, my YouTube family, I have to thank you guys as well. You guys have also been there for the journey. You guys have seen some of the highs and you've seen some of the lows, and I just thank you guys for this community that we've created. And yeah, this victory is also for you guys as well. Of course, all the praises go to God, because if it wasn't for him, I don't know what this experience would have been. It has been a roller coaster of emotions. It has been one that featured some crying and some frustrating moments, some moments where I was asking, why is this happening? Some moments where I was like, yeah, why did I even decide to take up this challenge? And there have been moments where I was on top of the world because of the amazing things that were happening, the things that I was experiencing. It's just a rush of emotions. It's a rush of, I don't even have the words. I really don't have the words. But yeah, I'm thankful. I am grateful. Thank you guys so much for watching this Jamaican Tales video, and the next time we see each other, it's gonna be the Jamaican Tales graduation edition. Thank you guys, and see you in the next video.